Hi, I'm Jill. Come on.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the
We Watch It All podcast, where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
The opinions no one ever asked for. I'm sorry.
It's AKA opinions.
No, I can't. I can't even because my stomach's making this sound.
Let's just be thankful that this isn't a live show because we smell like garlic breath.
Yeah, it's rough. It was good going down, but it's bad.
Yeah.
And now my
the
stomach's
garlic bread
feeling
bagels. I think a little cheese would have made them.
Oh, why didn't I put cheese on them? I had cheese.
I don't know. You tell me. You made them.
Nobody reminded me.
I was having a poor Liam moment, so.
Oh, please.
That's not what we're talking about this episode, though.
Well, let's get to someone else's dinner besides ours.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it just smells like a rat. That's this episode 11.
I thought of another name that they should have picked, and they're better than that one. Oh, it was the one, Rachel. I was going to say that's rat's blood or something like that.
Oh.
I don't know. I smell a rat or whatever. I just feel like,
There you go. So, it's dinner time. They're at dinner.
But they're still from dinner from last week.
They're still at that same dinner. And they're still trying to, I guess, bring down the Teresa-Melissa fighting thing. It's enough. And you can see it on almost everybody's face. Enough.
Yeah.
Through this whole episode, it's just like, Dolores is looking constantly like, please, let's just stop. It's just, they are really embarrassing.
Well, I think by the end of the whatever the last dinner they have, no, not the last dinner, it's the breakfast before, where they fight, and Dolores is like, congratulations on ruining another Irish breakfast.
Yep,
yeah. Another Irish meal. So, clearly she's over it, because...
Yeah, I made a comment about that, too. They all eventually decide to get up and leave, and they're going to go out to a pub. I don't know about you, but the best moment was Jen Fessler eating the ground.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I replayed that a couple of times just for my own self.
They showed it the first time, they didn't show it in the flashback? They showed it actually, and then they didn't flash back to it?
I think so, yeah. But I watched it multiple times.
I just saw the flashback.
No, only because she kept referencing something, and then I also wanted to go back because I could see a weird guy behind her that I was like, what is this creeper?
Security.
Yeah. But the security was very present through this whole thing. I don't know why. I don't think anything was going on in Ireland that I know of.
Not that I know of. The pubs, though, that was probably the best I've seen this whole group get along in a while.
Yeah, that one,
genuinely, they were all good.
They said that, too.
But no, the Fez part, my favorite, though, was not only did she get up, like, when she got up, she goes, that did not just happen.
That just did not.
God, we're not even laughing. What just happens is he tore up this cardboard. I'm not gonna even lie. I tried to do that the Fez whatever impression one time, and she tore it up, and I said, "Okay, cut. I'll just delete that little clip out," and I did. The second time, she does it again. This time we turn it back on, and now her stomach's making sound. So quickly, here we go. Jen goes before she jumps down. We took the cardboard away. She goes, "That did not just happen. Keep going." I'm like, she told them, just keep going.
Yeah,
like, just
she didn't want anybody to
No, I know, but
it.
that was so funny. I've never heard that reaction as like somebody just felt like like it's only like if you're like, oh, I can't go on, keep going. She's like, no, keep it moving, don't even.
She was hoping that nobody was gonna see her, but it's
I mean, there's no way. The camera's always following you. And I will say too, in this episode, I was like, if they made Real Housewives just the Fez, Rachel, and Danielle, I'd still watch it, just the three of them. Because they really are the most, like, interesting, funny, and they can still throw down in a fight that I'm like, maybe it is time for Teresa and Melissa to go.
I'm thinking so, yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know where they're going to go with them, to be honest with you. Especially after this episode, it made me feel really, like, I don't know where they're
Teresa's never going to have any kind of realization.
No, never.
No.
She's clueless. She's absolutely clueless. And all she cares about is Louis. Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is going to the bathroom now. And, well, I guess we'll be right back after she's done.
After this bathroom break.
She's finished.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
I'm trying to regroup now, so...
We were talking about
the pub.
Well, we were talking about how Teresa and Melissa will never repair.
Yeah.
But that's whatever.
Well,
you get that.
What I'm glad about is that you can see that at least they are, for the most part, putting aside whatever their nonsense is to enjoy the evening. Like, they're not dwelling on it. I mean, when they fight about it, it's like, you just want to stop.
I do think Teresa has a concept of, like, it's not going anywhere drop it.
Yeah.
But I think, like, by Melissa being like, I'm done, I don't want to talk about it, like, makes Teresa want to, like, get the last word.
Yeah.
Which then she says something more stupid. So then Melissa or everybody else is, like, now dragging it out. And I think that's the issue, where I think they would just both end it or just not talk to each other.
Yeah, but they end up in the pubs. And they're there to have a good time, and they really do live it up, man. I'm not really sure what some of them were doing there, because Jen Fessler, like, got Guinness down her shirt, and that stuff stains, but whatever.
Everybody seemed like they got a little something on. They just kept throwing drinks around, but in a good way.
Well, they decide that, I think it was Jackie that asked the bartender, does anybody ever play, like, games or contests or something like that? And he said...
Jackie's just a gaming girl tonight. The limerick, this, she just wants to have a good time, apparently.
Yeah, and he said, of course they do, and I guess... I don't think they all. I think they just went with the Guinness thing as like who could get the Guinness down as fast as possible, and I guess beat the locals. They wanted to beat the locals, so they ended up having. I think it was like a guy and a girl and Jackie.
Yeah, I know there was definitely another girl and Jackie,
But I think there was a guy too involved or something. Could have been more than those two, but those two I definitely saw that her going like toe to toe with, and I mean she just.
Jackie don't play.
No, she wiped the slate clean. She got on that Guinness train.
Listen, even if you're not a Jackie fan, you can't deny what she's doing when it comes to this drinking on the beer.
It baffles me though, because with her eating disorder, like I just don't get. I don't know. I don't get it. And her and Marge were on Watch What Happens Live, and she was talking. Andy asked her about her eating disorder, and he said, "Listen, I don't want to." Like I never know what I'm supposed to ask you, because I know you get upset if people say you look good, because you're thinking, well, obviously I didn't look good or something. He goes, it's very touchy, but she said she's very happy with the way she looks and all, and she knows she looks healthy. She had a dress on or something at his show, and she's like, I really like it. But I just feel like to myself, like, I think she used to drink more than she ate. Like, I think that was kind of her thing, which I think is so weird that, like, somebody that has that kind of problem doesn't have a problem putting those empty calories down. Do you know how much that Guinness is?
Probably a lot.
So I think she somehow doesn't equate that to what would make her like heavy.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't think about it, and then yesterday I'm in the store trying to buy myself some cranberry juice, and I'm looking between the 70 calorie, the 5 calorie, the 110, almost 200 calorie glass for 8 ounces of cranberry juice. And then you're looking
I wasn't obviously grasping the concept, because I just kept giving her juices that were more calories.
Because I said I was making a mixture of cranberry. I'm taking the pure, strong stuff, and then I'm taking, like, cranberry cocktail one. I'm going to put half and half together. So, I'm getting the benefits of the cranberry juice, because our ShopRite one, oh my God, now Cooper's on the floor scratching. Is this serious? I can't just finish a damn story.
He's pulling the ottoman away now.
But the cranberry juice I was trying to mix, and then I got a diet one that was 5 calories. The pure cranberry juice was 70, so I'm trying to tell you, I'm like, there's nothing much I can really. She kept trying to give me regular plain cranberry juice, like, the cocktail one. And she's like, look, this one's 10, this one's this. And I'm like, I have it for 5. And then, wait, I just wanted some lemonade. Just something, like, to have something special, right? We pick up the regular lemonade, 0 calories. She picks up the pink lemonade. She goes,
oh, look, let me get pink.
Yeah, and she turns around. I'm pretty sure you turn the bottom. I'm like, okay, 0 too.
I thought I said 0, I swear to God.
And then, because you pick up some other one, and she's like, oh, wait, this one. I'm like, that one says it's 5. And then I look at mine, I'm going, mine's 5 too. What the hell?
I just see what I want to see. But
we know that.
I think that's what Jackie's doing. I don't think she realizes that, like,
well, you know what?
how many calories it has, because she probably would have had a problem with that.
When you look at, like, for me, I'm drinking it straight from the bottle and things like that. But when you go to a bar, they're not like, they're, you're not making it. Someone's just handing you that drink, so you're not even thinking of it like with calories like that.
And then Teresa goes off by herself, which I thought was really weird. Like, they're all kind of, like, enjoying themselves, and she's like, oh, I don't really like that, or I don't really like what they're doing, or
she's like, I don't like beer.
Alcohol. Yeah, I'm not into beer. But, like, you just, like, hang around and have fun with them. Like,
yeah, why'd you go sit by yourself? I'm telling you, she wants out. I think she, like, really wants out, but doesn't want out because she knows it's where her money's from.
I think she would want to do, like you said, her own thing with her family.
She would, and I think she would do good.
And I think she'd have a better storyline if she just stayed with that. Because her dynamic with those girls is funny. And you add Louie into the mix, I think it would be funny. Yeah. I think this is becoming just like, yeah, I hear you, Coop. It's just too much. I did notice, though, they were all wearing the green, like Jen Aiden had asked them to. Like, some form of a green, of course.
Yeah, a
and
little
Teresa
bit.
in the white. Which, I mean, I thought that was cute. But, like, I'm sure Ireland is like, enough with the green horse. Like, really? Do we really, They did all get along. They all agreed they got along.
Yeah.
They were all, like, by the time they got back on the party bus, they were all, like, screaming, hooting, hollering, and where's the after party? Where's this, that? And then they show them, like, 30 minutes later, and it's like...
Passed out.
All of them passed out.
And most of them were sitting up, but the Fez,
but they were
she
all
dropped right
asleep.
back. No, the only people that weren't asleep was Marge. I saw her in the back on the phone. She had reading glasses on. And I think Rachel, but Rachel said she doesn't like drinking with the group because it makes her anxious, which is kind of smart to be like have just like a little bit, not drink heavily like the rest of the girls.
I would
you're
never drink heavily with that group.
Well, first off, no one's in their right mind, so no one's gonna be like, oh, let me make sure you don't do. I'm gonna be Luann falling down the step, if that was the situation.
Into the hedges.
But no, I'm going down. Oh yeah, I guess down the step and then into the hedges. But I wouldn't too, because at least have someone of your right mind. So now, if somebody tries to say you said this last night,
yeah, no, I was the sober one, fools. So Melissa comes in and she starts saying goodnight to all the portraits or whatever, and I'm just wondering, who is she going to sleep with? She oddly enough didn't sleep with anybody.
No,
I was
just
surprised.
stayed awake.
She stayed awake. So, I mean, Marge had two twin
why
beds.
didn't
I
she
don't know
just go
why
with
she just didn't
Marge?
sleep with Marge. Like, I don't think she would have cared.
yeah, or Jackie, because I don't feel like Jackie would have cared either. But at least Marge did have a second bed.
Yeah, like they had their own separate beds.
Yeah.
So I thought, that would have been an easy one, but maybe she will going forward, but she didn't do it then. Gosh, when you click on
Oh my god.
stuff.
She clicked one wrong thing and now like four. Oh my god, here we go.
Yeah, that's bad. That's where we get. Okay, I'm back. So then you start to see everybody starting to wake up, and it's kind of, I think it starts with Teresa, and I have to say, Teresa complained about her hair getting wet by Jen
The
Fezla.
Fez.
What? I know it's not real hair. I understand that, but can it not get wet?
I don't know, and it wasn't even that much water. It wasn't like anything
No,
crazy.
it was like a
It was
sprinkle
like if
from
you
a
were
water bottle.
if you were
so
running
you
from
know
the
you're
car
not gonna
from
get
like a
that.
store to the
Yeah.
car while it was raining out.
I was like, and I heard her like mumble past like, oh, Jen put that water on my hair or something. I'm like, okay, but what is the big deal? I mean, her hair didn't look good. I will tell you that. It looked like crazy town, but I mean,
I don't know.
I just thought that was weird because if you have hair extensions, you do wash them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just didn't
Speaking
understand that
of
one.
her getting upset with the Fez, besides that, you know what I think is like,
Oh my god, I did it again.
oh God help us. What I think about is so interesting about the Fez is that everybody likes her. Everybody likes her.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is a good sign. If you're like the one that everybody just likes, like she's just like, even though Teresa got mad with her, she'll still hang out with her, still be very like, not even like cordial, like, they'll still chit chat and hang out. Like she just really is liked by everybody.
Yeah, she does have that
Personality.
Yeah, that personality that, I think people pick up on. So Marge starts waking up. Teresa pops in there to see her. Marge has a little fun t-shirt on, only Marge would do, saying endorsed.
Yeah. I noticed that
I mean,
right
who's
away.
she coming for? Like, I don't know.
As soon as they showed her, I noticed that. I'm like, somebody better point that out. How's nobody pointed that out? I mean, Jackie, of course, did.
Yeah, but they were in the room, and that was really all you could see was, I mean, what?
It's in hot pink letters.
Yeah, you're not missing it. So, I mean, that's just... But did you see Melissa in the envy pajamas?
Yeah.
Or at least I should say, I don't know if they were envy pajamas. I don't know anything about it. But
The
they
pink
had,
the pink sweatsuit or no?
But I thought they were pajamas.
I don't
actually.
know. I'm just thinking of the pink sweatsuit when they
'Cause
went
they
down to
came-
breakfast. They were like pink.
Is it a pink sweatsuit?
Maybe she changed from Marge's room to down there. I don't really remember.
No, but I remember
I'm
her
gonna be
sitting
honest,
down.
I was doing Sudoku
I remember,
while I
I
watched
remember her
this.
sitting down there, and that's where I saw it. But I wrote PJ, so I'm going with that.
Okay, well,
But
I don't know. Like I said,
she-
I was doing Sudoku.
She tells, which I think is funny that no one seems to get mad at Melissa. Melissa seems to keep telling people what they're saying. And that's the whole fight between Marge and Danielle, is that Danielle and Rachel, is that she's saying Rachel's repeating stuff. But Melissa has went and told Jackie that she was mad at her because of the outfit comment. She told her about the outfit comment to Danielle.
Yeah.
Like, she's clearly a catalyst of telling people what people are saying. And she wanted to tell Rachel what
it's the
this one said about her.
Maybe it's the way she's delivering it.
I don't know.
Is like people are looking at it like she's coming from like I'm trying to give you a heads up, like how Danielle thinks she did.
I think she was kind of in a weird way, but she says that one thing you never call anybody is a rat.
Yeah.
I know that's a big thing in Jersey, because it definitely is a big thing. I don't think Rachel was a rat.
No, I don't know. Maybe it's just my age group. I don't feel like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't feel like rat's a big thing.
I don't know. I know it was back in the day. I mean, would I be like that offended about it? I
No.
mean, not really.
But, like,
I would rather you not call me. Well, I'd rather you call me a rat than like a curse word or something, I think.
Yeah.
But once again, here we are. Another meal, like Dolores said, and another fight of
Yeah.
the same thing. How many times can these girls fight over this? I think this is where they're going to go wrong. I got to be honest. They were on to something good. I felt like Danielle and Rachel and Jen Fessel were a good mix.
Yeah.
But I feel like Danielle's going to beat
too
this-
much?
She's going to beat it into the ground in a bad way. She's getting overly like zealous with calling her a rat and all like that.
Yeah.
And the face on Rachel when she heard that was like, wait, what?
I will say though, my favorite thing, and it's still my favorite housewife thing always, is when they're talking bad about her, and then Danielle comes in, she's like, hi, good morning, guys. Like,
Yeah.
like I just always love the way they edit that.
boo.
It's like where it's like, then it's like,
It's perfect timing.
Oh God, again, Cooper. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him Cat, but with an R. Yeah.
Thankfully, Dolores, like I said last week, the mother of all the show, is stopping it. She's just like, all right, we need to like squash this, put this away. We have things to do. But
I will say,
like you said, she said another Irish meal down.
but the best part for me that I really liked, and I thought it was really good on Rachel's part, is when Danielle goes and she's like, "What is this?" And they go, "It's pig blood." And
I
she
know.
goes,
She wasn't gonna tell her.
I think it's rat blood.
Yeah,
I was like, that was pretty good.
That was how
I
she
was good thinking
That's
on
how
your
they
feet.
brought it up. Yeah, that was good. That's why I'm saying to you, I don't think if you try to go up against Rachel, you're going to be as successful as.
I'm telling you.
I just don't think she's.
Fez said it. She'll play dirty. She'll get
But
you.
they said that, if you were going with the theory, they brought Danielle in to kind of be a Teresa and
Yeah.
Rachel to be a Melissa. I just think both of them are better versions of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because Rachel's top notch. Like, she can really go back at you. I mean, Melissa's starting.
can.
But I think she might not have because it was family, where this one doesn't have any allegiance to anybody. So I think.
Yeah, I think Melissa, though, like when you think about it, in past seasons where she has gone crazy on other housewives, it has been something personal to her.
Yeah.
But like this isn't even personal, and Danielle's definitely doing a better job at like throwing it down.
Yeah. So they're supposed to go shopping.
Yeah.
And then to this place that I didn't understand until I saw them like kind of walking through. I guess it's like an indoor, it's like supposed to be a mall, but like an indoor outdoor mall where there's plants and gardens and stuff, I guess, as well. Maybe like built around it. It was hard to tell like from just like looking at what they were doing. They were supposed to go shopping and then go to the gardens and have lunch. They were talking about, I see this, again, it's a lot of stuff we didn't get to see.
What the hell? How many times are you gonna zip down the street on your bike?
I don't know. I don't have one. He's still going strong.
Like, what the hell? This is like
he's
4 or
next
5
block.
times.
He's next block
Sorry,
over.
I don't mean to lose my mind and have like a housewife moment here, but like, really?
Coopy,
How many
baby.
times?
So they talk about wanting Teresa to dance with some Irish guy, I guess at the pub last night or
Yeah.
something. And I mean, like, this is my thing. Like, she said apparently no, that's not for her or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like they were trying to say like, oh, it was supposed to be like your bachelorette, and we were like trying to make it funny and fun. And like, what would that really have killed you if you did? Like,
I don't know, but here's my thing. Based on what we've seen of Louis, I think he'd be the type to not like that, weirdly enough.
Probably. But the most shocking thing was Jen Fessler talking about her and her husband.
Yeah.
I did not realize that because they said something about, they started talking about cheating and like what they thought was like considered the worst, like in like who could go back after someone's been cheated on, and how would they handle it if they were cheated on and stuff like that, because a lot of them in that group were cheated on. And
Yeah, I'd say majority.
yeah, and they start talking and somebody, I don't know who it was, if it was Jen Aiden or Dolores, one of them said to Jen Fessler, like, well, you had that situation you dealt with. And I'm like, what situation did she have? And
Yeah.
then, like, lo and behold, you ask, you get, they went into the whole thing, and she told the whole, like, story of how he had some girl, and they both broke up, and they were, like, dating other people and ready to go there. I've heard that. Come here, baby. I've heard that from people that, like, people will be together, they'll split up for years, and they'll magically get back together. Come here, Poppy.
I'm holding the baby.
So, yeah. So, Jen Fessler, like, she goes into the detailed story of how I believe he cheated on her, left her or they separated, and then she was dating someone else, he was dating someone else, and they were like, she was lying, saying she was going to like the gym and different places, and meanwhile she was meeting up with him for
At Chili's
for like lunches and such. So I mean, I'm glad they're together again, but that's hard. I don't know how you do that, because I don't know how you trust somebody again, because I never would.
Why did that not look like the same guy who was taking the pictures of her in the mermaid shell?
Because he was younger, much younger. I think he could have even had hair. I don't know. Like, oof. But Dolores chimes in also and says like that she was like 9 months pregnant, I think, with the daughter, or the son.
She had a 3-year-old and was 9 months pregnant.
9 months pregnant, and when Frank cheated on her, and she asked him like, could you be faithful, and he flat out was like, not happening. So she knew,
at least he was honest.
Yeah, she knew she had to go, and I mean, but she wanted to remain friends, and like, of course, Marge chimes in with her story.
Look at how it turned out for her. She can't get rid of him, damn it.
I know. Oh my god. They did a poll on that on Watch What Happens Live, like, what was it called? Endorse. Do you endorse it or something? And they were like, do you endorse Dolores feeling that she has to cut off Frank or something? And Marge was almost like, no, but then she's like, I know Dolores needed to do that, so, it was important. But of course, Marge goes into her unfaithful story about, how she wanted to also stay friends.
Babysitter switch. She's got him now.
So Teresa, she explained her little scenario thing of how her and Joe ended, and definitely, you saw her coming after the mom died. You knew that she realized, you just took valuable time away from me that I could have been spending with my mother.
But in the past, it was more, it just seemed like all of a sudden she was like, yeah, I don't like you anymore after being in jail.
But
I think hearing
3 years
away from them, but
so
I'm saying hearing this, hearing it in this context, it's kind of like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, she spent a lot of time away from him, so I think
because
I think they grew apart.
Even the little meetings that you'd have when you would visit each other in prison, it's not the same.
No, but she never went to hardly go visit him. Don't you remember that was one of the scenes like where it was a big thing where like she hardly ever took the kid, like, really, she didn't go there to see him, or she'd take the kids, but she wouldn't spend the time with them. When she went, they showed that scene with that when she was in Italy where you knew she was done, and she was just waiting for the moment to tell him, like,
I just had to accompany these kids on the plane. I didn't even need to come here.
But she knew she did want to stay close because of how they are in a family. So, I mean, I get that, but, and then of course, Rachel didn't mean any harm. I truly think she was just asking a question. And why? What do you think? She was trying to start something?
No, I don't think she was trying to start something, because it sounded very genuine. But I was going to say she should know, because
why wouldn't she know? Because
her son is so close with what's his face.
Yeah, but it is the boys, so that might be different. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That was the only thing that I thought of. That I was like, that's kind of weird. But she should have had an inkling.
But she did say very innocently, like, Teresa and Melissa, are your kids like close or something like that?
Well, she asked Teresa specifically.
She asked Teresa specifically, and then Teresa brings up Antonia and the party, and not for nothing, but Jackie made a good point. When I brought up Gia, like, the whole world came to like a crashing halt. She went into a full-blown, like, I mean, I know she wasn't really saying anything bad about Antonia per se. She really wasn't, but she did say to her, like, don't bring up my daughter's name. Like, what are you going to try to say now? She's doing something wrong? Yeah. And I was so glad when Melissa's like, you be that aunt. I'm not going to be that aunt.
Yeah. You know what I think, too, is she kept going, oh, Melissa, you're trying to go tit for tat by saying, why was it okay for you to, I can't remember which daughter it was. I think it's the second oldest. Missed the communion for a soccer thing. And here's my thing. I don't think Melissa's going tit for tat. She's explaining facts. She's right. She is talking about facts.
That's what she said. I have to give you facts so that you can understand.
Yeah, because
I don't think she can either.
You can't call her out for missing something when you are literally doing the same thing.
And they explained that too, which I was kind of glad too, because I was like, seriously, you can't not go for cheer or whatever.
Yeah.
But she said that she had already missed twice and she would get kicked off. Now listen.
That cheer stuff is serious.
It is serious, and not for nothing, but when you've invested that much time in cheer, you can take that to the college level and get a scholarship.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that's what Antonia is doing, but you don't know.
Well, let me just say this. Soccer, one time I was in the car with my cousin. He was going early, and his parents were in the car in front of me while we were waiting for his game to start, and they dropped how much money that is just for him to play soccer alone. And it wasn't even like the main school team. It was
but cheerleading, forget it.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Expensive.
So that's not just something where you're like, oh, it's okay, because you're not going to get a refund.
But then unrealistic Teresa's like, yeah, but she could have came for like an hour at the end. And Melissa's
By
like,
the time she
we
got
were
home,
in
changed.
Pennsylvania.
Even if she did, by the time she got home, changed
you
and all that.
they, no offense, but we've been to some of them, and they are very close to the border of Pennsylvania, New Jersey.
Yeah, I know exactly probably where it was,
Yeah.
because we've been to a couple.
So they are, you're basically in Pennsylvania, but it's a ride. It's no joke. It's a ride. And they definitely live even...
It's a lot going on at these
Yeah, and they
too.
definitely live even further in distance. So
yeah,
it's definitely a ride that you're not going to get
I did not
to
cheer.
anything.
No, don't think I cheered. We went for family.
Yeah,
but
we had a family
like I
where that
remember,
was.
like it was very overwhelming. There's a lot of things to buy. They have like these photo shoots that you're doing. It's a lot going on. And then that whole cheer makeup and stuff you got on is extensive to go home, get it off, and go party.
She missed 2 already, and if she missed 1 more, she'd get kicked off.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, no offense, but yeah, it is a lot. And to be honest with you, she made a really good statement in the end. But go ahead, I'll let you.
Oh, I was gonna say, we've talked about this, how Melissa is different with the kids compared to Teresa.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed is she goes, well, talk to Antonia about it. I talked to Melania about it. There you go. She stated it perfect. And Melissa's like, I don't need to.
She did talk to her, remember, in the car.
No,
like,
I know, but here's my
talk,
thing. What exactly does Teresa want her to say to her?
That's what I don't get. Like,
that's what I was kind of like.
Because obviously you're okay with her missing, so what would you like her to talk to her about?
Do you want her to talk about the party that she missed? We can't go back and fix that. This girl turned 16
and
once.
she's like, oh, I just want them to be close. And Melissa said, well, if you wanted them to be close, then not putting me in your wedding was not the way to do it, because instead of setting a good example by knowing that we're having problems, but you still do that as a gesture,
yeah,
you could have made like a good example of how they should model themselves, but instead you chose to not do it, which I agree with her. That was a very good way to put it for her. Like,
and Teresa's response was like, I didn't feel the love. Well, here's my thing. If you're not going to give them love, then they're probably not going to want to give you love. So it's going to be kind of like a vice versa thing.
No, but I agree with what she was saying, that in the end she said, like, when she got back to the house after everything, she said to Joe Gorga, I think she's trying to do this so that we don't go to the wedding.
I mean, it worked.
And it worked. And they talked about that on Watch What Happens Live. And he said, they asked Marge and Jackie, do you believe that's what she was doing? And Marge says, after watching the finale, which I don't know what happened at the finale, Marge is like, yeah, I don't think she should have. It was something endorse or regret, and she endorsed her not going to the wedding. And she's like, and he's like, really?
So whatever happened though at the finale, if you think about it like this, right? So if they're saying this, they sang after watching the finale, right? Not being in the finale.
Yeah, she said watching it.
That means something happens once they've separated from the group.
Yeah, she wasn't.
So
whatever
that
went on,
is
she
kind
wasn't
of
there.
Interesting. And also there was a clip too where Teresa brought up Joe saying that Gia was disrespectful or something.
She was.
The funny thing though,
she was disrespectful.
She said he called her disrespectful, but he didn't. He said, "Are you gonna come and disrespect me again?"
Yeah.
You can disrespect somebody once and not be disrespectful.
Yeah.
But the thing is, ever since that clip aired, this girl has been done nothing but
she's
disrespect
been
that whole
more
family.
And more than just
So it's kind of like she kind of is being a little
No, she definitely was. That whole thing she was. And I don't know if you noticed it. I don't know where they were going with this, but they kept showing Danielle sitting real quietly in a weird kind of way, like almost like she was on the verge of like shooting something out of her mouth or something, or like exploding.
Was it from the angle of like it was on the window?
It was a little bit of window, a little bit of
like or a cameraman.
I don't know.
If it was the window, it's because the way that camera was set up definitely had the best angle of Teresa.
No, but it was just her. Like they would go off of Teresa and just show Danielle, but it would be as if they were like, what are you gonna say? You got something to say? Like you felt like, like
maybe they thought she was gonna chime in with her own family advice.
They were like anticipating her jumping in or something. It was very weird.
She would be smart to not do that because they're just gonna talk about her again.
Yeah, well, that's what I think. Like, you almost felt like she was sitting there pondering, going, should I open my mouth? Shouldn't I? No, they'll probably bring it right back to me and my brother again. So, yeah, I thought it was weird. I don't know.
I will say, once they got off the bus, I took note of what shoes they were wearing because, they said not to wear the heels, which Dolores had sneakers on. She had nice sneakers on. They kind of look like those new ones you got.
Yeah.
Danielle had sneakers on.
Somebody had sandals. I don't remember.
Teresa had combat boots on. Like not like like more combat boots, like, the little cheap ones. Melissa and Marge had sandals on, and then everybody else, I think, had heels. I didn't get a good look at what Jennifer Aiden had on, but I think she was part of the heel person.
Probably was a heel person.
Yeah, I just noticed that because I saw somebody with sneakers. I was like, who had sneakers? And I'm like, oh, look, at least 2 of them had it on.
Yeah, Marge kind of, like, I think she tries to, like, settle it down on the bus, and Dolores is just like, you would have thought, like, we could have got away and had just a nice time, but no, it follows. The fighting just continues to follow them to Ireland, and everywhere they go. It's crazy.
Because even if you think about it, the night before where they were at the pubs and they had a good time, that wasn't until after they had already fought. So, like, it was a good time after the fighting. So it's kind of like, there so far has not been a clear few hours where they just don't fight unless they're separated. As a group, they have
to separate. And as soon as they come back, it's right back into something.
It looks like they're going to have, like, next week, at least that little, like, jump in the mud. It looks like it's going to go well. But I'm sure when they go to sit down and have lunch or dinner that night, it's something bad's going to... Well, I mean, we see it.
Yeah, something. It's like ridiculous. But I could see the security walking behind Marge and them. And I'm like, why is the security so visible? Like, I just don't know what was going on. I don't know. I thought it was interesting that
You'll have to tell us if you're from Ireland. Are you guys, like, big Housewife fans? That they should be worried of you guys?
There was something going on there for sure.
I don't know.
And then they all start going into...
Sorry, not to interrupt you, but I just thought of something. Maybe they were thinking in the space of, like, since there are so many pubs with a higher chance of person being drunk, they may see the camera and try to run up and be like photobomb it, so that's what that's there for, rather than them trying to attack them as housewives. It's more. But I noticed
the security didn't help her get up when she fell, Jen Fessler.
Because you're not supposed to intervene.
Yeah, but you can still help somebody get up. I mean,
she bounced up quick.
No, but my thing is, he's in the scene. Yeah. He's in the scene, and he has to know he's in the scene.
I think it was just some scenes. I think you can tell when they're just filming in case they just have the cameras ready in case something, God forbid, happens. The fence falling. Just to have that kind of footage where it may not be the typical, like, we're sitting down, we're filming. Like, what was the other thing we watched? It was with Dolores.
Like a little bit of a B-roll type thing?
Almost like it's just backup footage in case I think something goes down, they're ready. Because when you watch some of the shows, like we're watching Vanderpump, and there are like some scenes where, like, you see the cameras are up, but it's like, how did they not catch that on camera?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, fully.
I don't know.
Or like Leah fainting in Ultimate Girls Trip. Why was nobody... This girl is sick. Why was that camera not on her? I don't know why
somebody wasn't watching her anyway, because she was complaining the whole time, so you would think they were watching her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's, like, perfect. Put a camera on her.
It seems like they all... I saw them one by one. I'm like, up here we go. They're all going to separate so they can discuss the bus. They can discuss the trips. I mean, the breakfast, once again. And sure enough, Danielle and Jennifer Aiden separate, and then Melissa and Marge separate from the group. The rest of the group goes into, like, a jewelry store, and we find out how much 80 euros is in English.
Wait, before you even get to that, one thing. The Melissa and Marge and then the other girls, they go into, like, 2 separate jewelry stores. Why the hell are Jennifer Aiden and Danielle getting, like, chocolate bars and things like that?
They went into that before they went into that place that they said had the plants. They went somewhere outside of that first, I know,
but I'm saying, why did they go and get chocolate bars? Like, why did they go
chocolate or something? She saw some. They saw that first, I think, and then they went into that area.
The best part, though, is the English part. They cut it so perfectly to the Fez, like, full smile, and then just... I know that was probably not for that moment. Maybe it was. I'm sure she made a something like that face, but
somebody heard her for sure.
Solid editing on their part.
I don't know.
That was really good.
But of course, they all come and they all separate and start talking about different aspects of, like, what went on in the van. I mean, Marge and Melissa obviously discussed what went on in the van about Antonia because she's not happy that she brought her up, which I understand because
kids are always off limit.
Kids are always off limit. Why you'd bring her name up, whether you're saying something that's, you know, halfway nice, I don't know. I just thought that was unnecessary too.
Yeah, they don't even, when you think about it, most shows, they don't even give, like, compliments to the kid. They give it something positive because they really just refuse to mention them.
And
which is smart.
Melissa's just like, I'm done with her. She's like, I'm done with her. But did you hear Jennifer Aiden's tagline come to life there? When she was with Danielle, she said something about...
No, I didn't.
Coming back and biting you in the... And I'm like, oh, there's the dog coming back to get you, biting you. So I don't know if she actually said karma, but I think she said karma will come back and bite you. And I was like, oh, there goes her tagline.
So that would be Teresa left with the wedding party.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I think my theory's right, folks. You know, I mean, there's still time to maybe elaborate on Jennifer's, but... And
then Melissa saves her sister-in-law from looking like a total idiot and starts talking about goblins in Dublin and Batman and all sorts of nonsense.
Marge, I
And-
have to correct you here.
And Marge was talking about Gotham. Well, I gotta give her props
Nope.
for knowing some of it.
She's not right, though. Sorry, Marge.
But she was like in there a little bit.
So Marge mentions, because she's like, oh, maybe that's like Batman stuff, I think
Yeah.
Melissa says. And in her sit down, Marge goes, well, Batman's from Gotham City and Gotham City's in New York. Marge, Batman's from our home state of New Jersey. Gotham City is based in New Jersey.
Oh, I would have said New York too, though.
I couldn't let her slide on that as being a DC fan. I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You want the young and the old perspective. Here it is.
But
You're not getting it, Marge.
I was impressed that she even knew.
No, I
Gotham City.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But
you're wrong.
I'm
You
going
feel like
to
you
say-
should know because
no,
you're from
but-
New Jersey.
No, but I'm going to say I think she was going off of the Batman that I used to watch, because that's Batman she would have known mostly, I think.
I'm going off facts.
But I can only hope they get to a destination to have their lunch, and it was a nice little indoor place with plants and whatnot and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was called they said Piggly something, but I don't think that's what it was. It was something else that looked like pig. But Dolores, they start talking to Dolores, asking her different things about rings, and I guess they were talking about the jewelry and all. And she says that he's actually sent her pictures, which we've heard him. There was something that where we heard him talking about it, but he says that he sends her pictures regularly, saying, "Did you get that picture of the ring or something?" And she said it makes her so nervous. She really just wants to like go away somewhere and just come back being married. And she but she said he wants like a 4-day event, which I could see him wanting to do that.
I still don't think she'll get. I don't know. I don't think she'll do a wedding special, but I think she'll do the proposal. I don't know though. I guess I think it would depend. Like maybe
I
when
think
she's
she'll
in
do
the
the
moment,
engagement.
she could change her mind about the wedding stuff. But I think the
I don't
engagement
think she
show.
would do it. I don't think she'd do it on camera. I don't know. I can't see. That's not Dolores.
Yeah, but here's my thing. We're watching Vanderpump, and Shorts and Katie just got married, right? They basically gave him a whole free wedding video.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, why not? And get paid to be at your own wedding?
Wait till you see Brittany and Jax.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's full. Oh, hi, sissy. What's that look for? Okay, I'm sorry. But Dolores mentions also to us that when they came back from vacation, because they said something about her. Oh, they said, "Where do your kids live?" Rachel again with the kids. Do your kids live with you? And she said, "My kids live at my house, and now I live with Paulie."
That makes sense why she called it her house when she was talking to
Yeah, I kind of suspected that, like, little thing. Like
I figured she lived there, like, no, I thought
Most
in my
of the
head,
time,
like,
yeah.
most of the time she stayed there
But
occasionally.
now she said she moved it. He said when they came back, like, that he didn't want her to leave, so he told her that she should stay, and so she moved in with him. So I was like, oh, good, I like that. But magically, Dolores and Teresa go to the restroom so that people can talk about her. Jackie starts right in, which Melissa got a little, I don't want to say snippy with Jackie, but like she cut her a little bit, like because Jackie's like, "Are you okay from the fight?" I think she was just like asking, like, "Are you okay from the fight?" Not like, go deep into it and tell me what you're thinking. Like, I think she was just like, "Are you okay from that?" I guess because they branched off and she didn't even get to ask her. And Melissa's like, "I'm not even justifying that or going into it because she doesn't want to address anything that has to do with her kids at this point." So, which I don't blame her, because it will backfire on her like it always does.
Yeah, and there's no point there really is no point in rehashing anything that goes on with Teresa, because it's never going to get anywhere.
Nope. And that's why I think when she went back to the room and called Joe and told him what happened, like, he didn't really have any emotion either, because I think he's also the same way. I think he feels like, we're over this, we really need to be over this, and we really kind of just got to let it go. And that's what everyone that comes on that Watch What Happens Lives, when they ask all of them that question, do you think that they should remain friends? And all of the housewives there, when they're there, are like, no. Yeah. They shouldn't have any connection.
There's no point.
No. I think they should just be over this, and look, either you can be cordial when you guys get together,
which they can
and be
there
cordial because
typically.
You have equal, like, shared friends. But I mean, and like we said, they pulled it together. They were fine.
They are typically fine.
I think they even sat next to each other.
Yeah,
or
at the other breakfast or something.
Yeah.
Which they can be cordial. It's just when somebody brings up one of these stupid topics, and if they just said these topics are off limits, I think they would be totally fine. Yeah. But I really do think Teresa's just kind of over the show.
Well, they go out to dinner because that's all they seem to do in Ireland. It's just,
I feel like it's just
like
meals.
food,
There's nothing
yeah.
to do in that spooky castle.
I wish they. I mean, I know she took them to a place to shop, but I hope they take them to see stuff. I know there's got to be sights. My aunt went to Ireland, and she thought it was fabulous, and there was a ton of things to see.
I mean, the OC ones too. They seem like they did so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, why aren't they on the street looking for somebody's cousin or something?
Well, yeah, that was a rarity, but I feel like that's all they do is go to dinner. They went to this nice restaurant, and did you know there's a lot of center braids going on there. Jackie, Teresa, like the braids going down the top of their head.
No.
Jackie had one now. Teresa had one. I'm like, what is going on here?
Who the hell is doing? Because I feel like that would be hard to do on yourself.
I don't know.
Braiding each other's hair.
Yeah, I don't know who's
and
doing
maybe
that.
one of the ghosts.
Well, I thought Jackie came with her hair like that, to be honest with you.
Oh, you think she just didn't wash it?
I think this is like, one of those. You leave it in, and you leave it in till you leave. I have a feeling that's, kind of
Jackie,
where it's
are
at.
you not showering? That's gross.
Maybe just not washing her hair?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
And then, so now they're not for nothing, but Marge was teasing Jennifer Fess a little bit for having like a little low-cut jacket going on and having the girls out and all. And I don't think Jennifer Fess looks like that. I know, I would say it. But like, she kept saying to her, like, this is the best you ever looked. You look great. Yeah. And I would have been like, so wait, like, do I look like crap every other time? Because she kept going in on that. And then, of course, they go downstairs and they're like going in on it again. And Teresa starts taking pictures of her and telling her to do and she's so goofy. They're telling her to do something with her tongue, and she does something wacky with her tongue or whatever. But
you know what's so funny? Because of you with all your hot flashes, I could tell as soon as she was ripping that coat open. I go, Fez is probably having a hot flash.
She said that, and she kind of she didn't say what
she alluded to
it,
it,
but she said, you know me, I'm having and she
I was like,
fanning herself
based on real life situations that I've witnessed
that you've had to encounter.
I'm like, I see a hot flash now when I see one, I know one now.
You spot it out. She's like, I call it out. That one's having a hot flash. Get her a bucket of water. Throw it on her.
Well, she does what you did. She picked the hair up. She was like fanning the back of the neck because that's where you always go for. She does a lot
of fanning.
And she was busting the jacket open. I was like, yeah.
I mean, she did look nice. I'm not gonna lie. I thought she looked nice too. But
that was most of the dinner was just talking about her.
Do you notice how they are? Not this dinner they didn't, but in the house, they sit in the same seats every time. They're in the same seats. Yeah. I've noticed that.
Well, they said Dolores gets to the head of the table.
No, yeah, that I know, but I noticed.
Oh, yeah.
When they went back again the next morning, they were in the same seats. Danielle, Rachel. I mean, I do tend to do that kind of stuff, but Danielle is so weird because she starts fighting with her again, and I'm watching Dolores at the end of the table. She's sitting there with like
Dolores kind of looked like she could have chuckled a little bit, almost I can't believe this is happening again.
She looked like she was either gonna explode or just bust out laughing. Like, this is the most ridiculous thing. We're in this fancy restaurant, and then I think you had Melissa who went, these people are trying to have like a candlelit dinner over here. Like, they're like, and I'm like thinking to myself, yeah, they are. That's really kind of sad.
Imagine being a tourist yourself coming to here. I mean, listen, for us, we'd have a great time. But seeing that. But if you were just a normal person, I'd be like, get these whores out of here.
I know. This fight starts over Danielle offering to let Rachel use her bathroom because, I don't know, she said something about not having something in her bathroom or something. And she's like, oh, you're more than welcome to come up and use my bathroom. And she says to her, like, no thanks, because as a rat, I just don't think that's a good idea or something, or I think I should. Like, she brings it back. And then Danielle thought like she was just going to be like, we're gonna shimmy out of this or whatever. She's like, oh, well, you were a rat, so I called you a rat, and that's that. Like, just like trying to like blow it off, being like, it's all good now, like, let it go. But no, it doesn't go. And Rachel was like, I really have never seen her screaming that top of her lungs. Yeah. But she was a little bit crazy, a little bit loud, and Dolores looked like her head was going to snap because she's like, I could see her in her head going, I can't believe this. We can't go anywhere.
Should have just went alone with Paulie.
Yep, should have stayed home.
Should have waited and went back with his family after.
But I did think it was nice that Marge did apologize to Jen Aiden for calling her a drug addict. Yeah. She did admit that. No, she's still sloppy, so I won't take that from her. But she did.
Well, after Melissa's shore party, she was still sloppy. So
yeah, she was pretty sloppy.
Can't deny that.
Nothing beat this whole Booga Wolf.
Never heard of it.
I knew it had to be a real word because she was not going to come with this Booga Wolf crap unless it was a real word. And they're all, and I love Jackie though. Jackie's like, yeah, I don't even know what that word is. Like if Jackie doesn't know, nobody should know. And they did that as a game on Watch What Happens. They asked her to give the definition of words that Auntie said. She got the first one right, which I would have never known what that. I didn't know what any of the words were. I'd never heard any of them. She didn't know any of them, believe it or not. Marge had to guess would she know it, and then she had to say what it was if she knew it. She only got the first one, and then she got nothing after that. Somebody, was it Jennifer Fessler that said Jennifer Aiden has been sitting waiting to throw this?
No, it was Melissa.
Was it Melissa?
It was either Melissa or Rachel.
Rachel. It was one of them that said she's been waiting to throw this booger wolf out.
Maybe it was
like,
Jackie.
I don't know. No, it was
I can't remember.
It was definitely a dark-haired person, and
because I know somebody else said.
No, but I think
she threw this out thinking, "Ooh, this is gonna be so good," and then nobody knows what it meant.
Jackie that looked it up. Was it Jackie that looked it up?
I don't really remember.
I don't know. Somebody looked it up and said that yes, in fact, it is an actual word, and that
it's like
the
for
word
nasty.
means like like that you're not nice. Someone that's very nasty.
That's like if you're gonna do like someone's like your teacher's like I need a synonym for nice, but don't give me a common one. So you scroll all the way down on the diction.
That's what this friggin' job I was interviewing for today said. Don't give it any boilerplate sentences, and I'm like, how do you do that? I'm like,
you do like I did when my cousin was working on an essay and he wanted to describe himself and he wanted some thoughts. So I said we should frame it in a Jeopardy question.
Oh yeah, true.
I wrote out all these characteristics, and then I wrote who is, and then I wrote his name. Yeah, mine didn't get picked as something to go off of, but it is an idea, and if you have a similar essay that needs to be like lower than 100 words,
do it for them?
No, just you can take that idea and do it. No,
you may steal.
You may borrow that idea. It's creative enough. Do it for like a college that you're like, I don't really care about getting into. Oh no, wait, it's for a scholarship. Sorry, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
So they basically ended it with yet another fight going on and another meal, which means those who started with another meal.
It ends with them Dolores going, all right, we're leaving, and Melissa goes, we're not getting dessert.
Yeah,
Dolores
I know.
I was like, no.
And Dolores
put the band on dessert.
Someone else said it. I don't know who, but Dolores was like, I know, I got to get these people out of here because they're embarrassing. And I agree with you.
I would too. I would maybe be like, let's see if we pass like an ice cream shop on the way home, or with Jennifer Aiden, pull the chocolate out of your purse that you bought. Let's go. Start breaking it up, passing out little pieces of chocolate because we're out of here. Get on the bus.
Yeah, they needed to get on that bus for sure because they were out of control. It's just ridiculous.
And the worst part is because they're always such a big group, like when there's a big setting, they always put the long tables like in the middle of the room, course. Always, because so that's where they have the most. Because they usually just push together three.
But that makes
tables.
them center of the tension, and
for everybody to look at.
Much worse, much worse. I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna go with this. Except I know Danielle's gonna flap her gums. She's
Next
going
week
to
looks
have
crazy.
To.
Yeah, I definitely saw today. I think it was the breakfast where she was yelling at Marge Danielle, like being like, "Oh, I know you have an arsenal." Where I think it's gonna come to that where Marge is gonna be like. You think I have an arsenal? What do you think it is? And I think. But I thought she was
going to say it this morning. That morning when, like, with not Teresa, Melissa, right there.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's when she's going to come and be like, "Well, I heard that you have an arsenal on Melissa," and then Melissa's going to be like, "Well, what is it?" or something like that. That's how I think it'll probably go.
I don't know. I just think but she denied it on the watch what happens that she has any kind of arsenal. She did say though. She said, "Listen, I'm the Marge. People love Marge. They come up to me and share things with me. Am I going to tell them don't share it with me? No." Yeah. So she probably does have a bit of an arsenal. I truly believe.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you're going to use it. Like
no, and I don't believe that. I don't believe that story about Melissa is true either. I don't think that's true at all because they were both her and Jackie were saying. Because that was their, like, the final question. He asked them, like, do they think the Melissa making out story is true? And both of them were like, no. And they're like, do you think one of them has cheated on the other one? And they're like, no, because they are absolutely, like, obsessed with one another. And I think they are, too. So I never see them, like, as a couple that would break up. It's, the way Teresa acts.
At least from Joe's thing, I think he knows he's not going to find somebody that will tolerate him like Melissa does. Because he's kind of a lot.
He is a lot.
So
yeah, he is a lot.
You kind of need, I think also, like, in a weird way, because Teresa constantly comes for them with this, oh, you're not making each other happy, is like, even if they weren't, I think they would still stick together to just not give Teresa that satisfaction as well.
I do too.
So.
It's going to be interesting next week, I hope, because this was a little bit slow.
Because it was a lot of meals. There was...
you
only saw them eating.
When I was taking my notes, I was like, okay, wait, is this the breakfast, the dinner... Is it the day? Because I think I went back to see something and I'm like, is it the day before?
Yeah, because they finished with the dinner, then they went to the pubs, and they had the breakfast, and then they walked around, and then they went and
literally
ate.
going like right to the pub,
and then they went back home, and then they went to the dinner.
I don't know.
So it was a lot of eating.
It was a lot of eating, and yeah,
I think that's what made it kind of
well, some of them do eat, but they don't eat.
Then it was like, ugh, you know. Not as bad as last week, because I know last week I was like snooze fest, but it was just, I think it was too much food.
Yeah, I think it was too many, like, you know what it could have been, like, if they had something they did, like, that they could have broke it up with.
I feel like because the walking around the shop was just leading up to them going to a meal. But it wasn't even enough,
because
no,
it was
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
They looked in one jewelry store and then like, oh, they were done. And they went right to the meal.
Why
and
isn't somebody crying in the store? Why isn't somebody talking about someone's child in the store?
I thought Melissa was going to start
and then going
crying.
back to the van and hyperventilating. Melissa, you should have been in the back of the van hyperventilating in Shannon Bedore's arms. What are you doing, Melissa?
God. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you.
I still think Marge would have been her, like, one to hold her and have her hyperventilate in her arms. I could Photoshop that in my head right now. I can see that.
Probably, but I am going to tell you this. I'm burning up from the neck up.
Oh, God.
So I'm having a fez.
She's fezzing.
I'm fezzing, and I need to, like, wrap this up so I can go get an ice pack.
All right, well, that is
all. Because I can't open the boobs. It's just nowhere to go good here.
You see, you need the shirt like mine with the boob pocket here.
No, it's not a pocket. It's a hole, my friends. A hole. A hole the size of a coffee cup. Yeah.
No, that's a small dinner bowl.
That's a deck of cards. It's the shape of a deck of cards. I will say that.
Yeah, but not that. That's some big cards. Those are like the child
Uno.
size. No, 2 Uno decks. 1, 2, like
maybe. All right, well, we got to wrap it up.
I think Sissy's head could fit through the hole.
Yeah, it could. Cooper maybe too. So we need to wrap it up.
Yeah, we're going to go here. We post these every Friday, and this Monday will be our last Ultimate Girls trip. It's the finale.
Wait, no, I thought this gets posted on Saturday.
Sorry, where am I? Where am I? Sorry.
I had to ask you, was it Friday today? I was waiting for Friday for a long time.
On top of the other questions that you asked me, what are we eating 2 seconds after we ate?
I did a lot of repeat questions.
And then you were like,
that's a menopause thing.
My boss is out because he got hurt. Can you believe how he got hurt? And I was like, you told me that. I even like.
And for those of us that listen to we talk about it, I have been much nicer to this person that I have had no patience with. It hasn't gotten me anywhere, but I do feel better about myself, so.
Speaking about that, no episode this Friday for that. Yeah, so
I had doctors. We had it was just entirely too much.
Busy
it was
week,
too much.
You
know? Too much. So there's that.
Yeah, so make sure you leave us a good rating. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Don't give us a thumbs down. Instead, leave a comment telling us how we can improve. And
she saw me fanning myself, and did you notice her voice got faster? I noticed.
And make sure you subscribe and follow and turn on notifications so you don't miss any episodes. And we'll be back next week with hopefully a better episode.
Yeah, I think I need to buy ice pops. I think that would help me.
I just told you in the store, those like the plastic ones that you freeze, they're only 40 calories. We should have bought some.
Yeah, but it's just 40 calories of pure sugar. Yeah.
Don't be a Debbie Downer.
Maybe I'll have some frozen grapes. I might have to have something cold, so.
I want our peanut butter ice cream.
Yeah, I can't find it, so.
Halo Top, send us peanut butter ice cream. We'll talk so highly of you, but only when you send it.
We will describe it like it was a bag of chips. And if you know that I could describe a bag of chips like nobody's business.
We'll have to discuss how we talk about it all.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go.
Obsession with food. All right, so hit the button so that I can go get an ice pack.